better watch out today. Hey, 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 you better watch out today. Hey, 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 you better watch out today. Hey, 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 you better watch out today. Yes, I know. 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 You better watch out today.
Welcome to Behind the Ropes with Jamal Allah, and we are back. We're going to talk about the PBC card tonight. That these fights will be taking place tomorrow, Saturday night, and so let's just hop right into it, man. We're gonna have Cesar Navarro, which is a heavyweight here, 15 wins, 3 losses, and 0 draws. This guy is going against a phenom here. He's going against a 6'7" guy in Gurjan Hovhannisyan. Hope I said that right. He's coming in hot, man. This guy's got 9 wins, 8 knockouts. And I want to speak about Navarro first, and we'll get to Gurjan. I got a lot to say about Gurjan, man. So I don't want to waste that time first. But looking at Navarro, he's very good at applying pressure. I also see that he does have a high punch output, which I do think could bode well for him. But also, too, could also play a disadvantage because just of how talented Gurjan is. But what I love about Navarro, that he loves to throw overhand lefts. I do think that's something that Gurjan will have to look out for. Navarro can be sneaky with those. But now to speak about this 6'7" phenom that I really, really like, Gurjan Hovhannisyan, this guy, dude, I haven't seen a guy fight, this big, fight at this big and be so agile, bro. Defensive, can fight off the back foot. Like, I seen him doing stuff like Bivol, bro, because he's able to basically counter off the back foot and throw the left hand. He loves doing that, man. So he's the kind of fighter that you can run into some stuff. And then when he applies pressure, bro, it's nasty. It's super calculated. He's setting you up with traps. I love this heavyweight. I really do hope that this heavyweight does something good because, man, I haven't seen a guy 6'7" that really knows how to use his height to his advantage, really knows how to use his jab, really knows how to use the distance with the height and the width of his body. But this guy is pretty agile for his size, and I think it needs to be recognized. That's what sticks out to me, and he has wonderful defense. I'm taking Gurjan in this one. I just think that no matter what Navarro does, this guy is gifted all around. To me, I haven't seen a gifted heavyweight like this in a minute, and I'm very excited to see what he does in the future. But moving on along, we're going to talk about Kevin Newman and Elijah Garcia. Now, in Elijah Garcia's first loss, he took a loss to Terrell Gaethje, who also will be fighting on this card as well, which is kind of funny, right? Actually, I got another surprise to speak on that, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. So Elijah Garcia is coming in with 17 wins and 1 loss, basically, right? So I think he's definitely a good fighter. The things that I've noticed about him when I did watch a lot of his tape was that the guy would lead with his head a lot. But I love his power. I love how he bangs on the inside, but I do think that can be a detriment to him as well. It did work out with Armando Resendez, but come on, they basically banged each other out till one just dropped. But I like the way he stood in, but he doesn't mind taking a beating. And that's something that is going to put a lot of L's under Garcia's boxing record because, like I said, man, when you lead with your head, eventually it's going to get cut off. So I do like him as an inside fighter, but man, if he had some defensive skills, learn some more head movement, get his head off that line, slip some punches here and there, he would be a more effective fighter. But I think this is that skill set alone is going to be why he might not get to the other level, but man, he is explosive with them hands. He can bang. Now, what I want to say about Kevin Newman here, now he's coming in at 18 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw. Now, the difference between this guy, he actually does have good defense. He has a very quick right hand as well. He moves a lot, wonderful head movement. These are the kind of fighters that I think that will give Garcia problems. Kind of just like Terrell Geisha in that fight too, man. Him being able to move around, you know, Garcia is only coming forward, man, and that unfortunately he's a good fighter, but that's what separates the good from the great, right? I also like the fact that Newman can fight in the pocket. So when it comes to this one, I'm definitely going to take Newman in this one. Like I said, I do understand the power of Garcia, but I do think that he struggles with guys that can actually move. So moving on to the next fight on the undercard is actually the guy that beat Elijah Garcia, Terrell Geisha. He's a former Olympian. He did lose his last fight, but this guy has good defense. He's got a nasty straight right hand too. That same straight right hand put Garcia on his pockets. So I really do think that this is a good test for like any fighter that or any prospect that thinks they're great, because he is coming up against a great prospect at the moment, right? In Yoenli Hernandez. Okay, so if you look at Hernandez's record, he's got 9 wins, 8 knockouts, and these were really good performances. And when I when I see a fighter go through tests like this is basically the equation that I like to use. Experience, they say experience can triumph over non-experience, right? But sometimes, and I think this is a good way of saying it, sometimes your gift is so good that experience is out the door. Doesn't matter. You just can't stop it. You're just going against a truly gifted person. So I do feel some of that in Hernandez. I do think he's more of a threat. And the thing about him, he can actually move. He's not gonna just sit there. I think this is gonna be a fight. It's definitely a 50-50, but I'm gonna go with Hernandez on this because I think the gift is gonna keep giving on this one. Yeah, I think his gift of what he's able to do as a prospect is going to shine through this experience with Terrell Geisha, and he's going to put a 6. That'll be the 6th loss for Terrell Geisha, I believe. But yeah, I'm going to take Hernandez on that. Now we're going to talk about what I wanted to talk about. You know, it's funny, man. We got 2 guys on the undercards that have knocked out, or will beat 2 guys. Brian Mendoza knocked out Fundora. But let me get to the point of this. So Brian Mendoza is on this card. Let's get to him, right to him, man. He's the guy that knocked out Fundora. But the problem is, right after that, his career kind of took a dive. You know, he had back-to-back losses in which he suffered those to Tim Tszyu and Sergey Borchuk, which they just weren't good. They just weren't good losses, you know. That last loss was devastating, too. It also made people kind of start thinking, is this guy, can he still even fight at the elite level? Excuse me. So it really kind of just changed the present for our guy here, Mr. Mendoza. But he is going against another prospect, and which was started off as a hot prospect, but lost the fight there to Barral, and kind of put question marks in a few people's brain. But what we like about Telhe Yoenis is that he can fight backwards. He can fight off the back foot, but he loves to fight forward too. He likes to come forward too. He has a great output, which I think that's going to fare well for him in this fight. And then he also throws great combinations. Now, I think with Brian Mendoza, you definitely want to be able to move, have a high punch output, and kind of see if you can gas this guy out, see what he's got left. He's also very elusive and calculated with his kind of type of pressure. But see, I do wonder, because sometimes when you have 2 fighters that pressure, one pressure is more pressure than the other, right? So, or maybe one pressure doesn't even matter because this fighter has so many bags and tricks up their sleeve that the pressure is just nullified. It's just like it's nothing you can do. Like, I know you got pressure, but it doesn't look like it right now because I'm able to fight you, counter you, and you're not really coming forward. You're kind of you're just standing there. So that's something that I will question about Telhei. Um, does because I know he has calculated pressure, but we all know Brian Mendoza, he's not afraid to come forward and he's got power too. So someone's gonna have to respect someone's power, right? So I definitely think whoever can control the pressure game will have a good chance of winning. But a lot of people are speculating about Brian Mendoza and him still having that. I mean, they say he took a real bad beatdown with he took a real bad beatdown in his last fight to Sergey Borchuk. So he's got the boxing world wondering, is he even somewhere nearly close to what he was? But I don't know. In this fight, it is a 50-50. I do think that Telhei's pressure and his elusiveness and his punch selection is going to be important, because if I see that he can't pressure him, or he's just too elusive and it's just not bothering Brian Mendoza, then that's something to worry about. But I do feel if this fight does go to decision, I might take Yo Ennis for this, because I mean, he's got the ring generalship, and he's got the ability to control rounds, I do think. But does he have the experience? It's not like Hernandez, like who I just spoke of, who we think that his gift might be even better than, a journeyman's experience. We don't know about Telhei yet. We don't know about Yo Ennis yet. So I don't know. This is a 50-50. I would say, so I'm gonna say if it goes to decision, I'm gonna pick Yo Ennis. But if in the world where things happen, Mendoza could knock this guy out if he's just not being elusive enough, if it's just not enough pressure, and because we do know Mendoza can hit. All right, so now we're gonna get to the main event. Are you ready? I'm ready. So let's go. We're gonna talk about Keith Thurman and Fundora. So let's cook. So let's start off with Fundora. All right. So basically with Fundora, what I see here, we all know that he's got a long, lanky jab, dude, right? He's got a long, lanky jab. And he's going to try to keep Keith Thurman on the outside of that all night long, all night long. Okay. I ain't going to do that anymore. But anyways, he's going to try to keep him on the outside of that all night long. I do think with, Thurman, what Fundora is also going to do is definitely, he's going to try to see what Keith Thurman is going to bring. I know there's a question mark in his brain. Is he going to try to bang on the inside with me? Because people that know you have power, they know what you want to do. So, but I think Keith Thurman on the other side, which I'll get more to him, I don't think he really wants to do that. But let me get more back to, Fundora here. I do think that with Fundora, he's got decent inside moves too. But maybe he might want to play the long inside game with Keith Thurman, because I mean, I don't think it'll be smart for Thurman. I mean, it's a total disadvantage in the reach. So that's why I probably wouldn't do that. But that might be the fight that Fundora really wants. But besides that, I'm gonna speak about the things that actually scare me about Fundora. It's really he gives up too much height, meaning he can get caught. I know he can get caught. I mean, we've seen it before. He gives up way too much height. He doesn't use his body well. He doesn't use his distance well. He's starting to use his reach well, of course, because they basically had to drill that into his brain. But he's nothing like Big Gug, like Gurgen. like it's just if Fundora could fight like that, man, he'd be sick. He'd be sick. But he needs to actually go to camp with Gurgin, I think. Yes, go get Gurgin because Gurgin can teach you a little bit of tricks, get you a little bit agile, man. Get you a little bit agile. Um, yeah, the big Gug, that guy is, man, I can't wait to watch more of him. I'm sorry. Let me stop talking about him because I really do like him. But you know, if Fundora could fight off the back foot, this would be a whole different story. I would definitely pick him. But you know, if this fight does go to decision, I would favor Fundora. So that's the only thing that a few things that I might fear for Keith Thurman. So let me get on to Keith Thurman, man. Let me get on to Keith Thurman really quick, man. So Keith Thurman is coming in with 31 wins, one loss, and that was to Manny Pacquiao. We are looking at a legend here that's about to step into the ring with Fundora, and I'm very excited. So my guy's got 23 knockouts, and this could be 24 because I'm looking at it like this, guys. Stylistically, got to remember, Keith Thurman only lost to Manny Pacquiao. And Keith Thurman can move, man. He can move laterally. He's got the defense. He's got the crack still. We seen that in the last fight. So, I don't know, buddies. I really think... Now, I will say this. It's a little bit of what scares me about Keith Thurman. Can he last? You know, because I'm pretty sure Sebastian needs pretty much conditioned to fight 12. That's why I think if it goes 12, then I would probably favor Sebastian. But if it goes like, I feel like anytime from 1 to 10, like one time can stop him. Yeah. I think one time he's got like if we're gonna get a stoppage, it's probably gonna come in 9th or 10th from him. Otherwise than that, they're gonna kind of BS around, 11, 12, Fundora wins. But if we're gonna see any one time, it's gonna happen between rounds 1 and 10. But I'm thinking like 9 or 10 because or it could happen in 8 or 7. One of those, I don't think it's going to be like an early shock. If it is, that's going to be like, whoa. But, man, if he does win, and I hope he does win, man, they're saying he could be a first-time ballot Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer. And I really do hope so because, man, Keith Thurman is so inspirational when you listen to him. Kind of like what Sean Porter said, like, you don't want to believe what he's going to do, but then once he starts saying it, you really do start believing it, man. So I love being around people like that. They're inspirational in people's lives. When they tell you that you could do it, you believe you can do it. I really do think Keith Thurman is a wonderful individual and a boxer, and I would love to see him get this world title and maybe shut that career, man. Maybe shut and maybe go on and fight Errol Spence if Errol wants to fight him. But hey, man, I really enjoyed talking about this card with you guys. Definitely can't wait to see that Gurgin fight. I'm getting more into the big Gug. That guy, like I said, we got to watch more of him. You never know. He might bring back the heavyweights. But hey, holla at your boy. This is Jamal back with another one talking about the PBC card. You guys get ready for this fight tomorrow. I am. Let's go. I'm out.
You better watch out today. Hey, hey, hey. You better watch out today. Hey, hey, hey. You better watch out today. Hey, hey, hey. You better watch out today. Yeah.